Hi, everybody, and welcome to Firefly and the Willow Yoga. I'm Rebecca. Well, the spring temperatures are here, and with them, I've really been enjoying doing some biking. So, in tonight's class, we'll be lengthening the leg muscles, strengthening the back and the abdominal muscles, and also bringing in a little back bends to counteract that forward fold that you get when you're riding on a bicycle. I'll be using one block for tonight's practice, and even if you haven't been cycling, you'll still find something in this class for you. So please take some time, gather what you need, and I'll see you on the mat.
We'll start in our seated pose tonight. So just come to whatever your favorite seated, comfortable pose is, and just allow your eyes to close. We'll begin to breathe in slowly through the nose. And if you like, you can take a deep breath here and allow your shoulders to come up to your ears. And then as you exhale out through the mouth with a sigh and let the shoulders drop down. Do that a couple more times. Inhaling the shoulders up to the ears and exhaling with a sigh. And now just let your eyes close if you haven't already, or take your gaze down towards the floor. And just imagine yourself just dropping into your body. Feel yourself stretching out into your arms and legs. And if you have anything that you've brought onto the mat with you today, just imagine yourself putting that aside. And always come back to that later. Take your breath deep down into your belly. And on your next exhale, just allow one ear to fall over the shoulder, stretching out through the side of the neck. And inhale the head up, dropping the opposite ear to the opposite shoulder. And if the sides of the body are different here, just let that be what it is. Inhaling the head back to center. This time, as we're exhaling, we'll just look out over one shoulder. Inhaling back through center, exhaling, looking over the other shoulder. Inhaling back to center. This time we're going to take the head to just a 45-degree angle. And then on the next exhale, drop the chin to the chest. And if you like, you can take that same hand and gently press against the back of the head as you press the back of the head into the hand. So a little press resist motion here. Feeling also in shoulder. And then allow these, inhaling your head back to center and exhaling, turning the head in the opposite direction, 45 degrees, dropping the chin to the chest. And maybe bringing that other hand to the back of the head. Welcoming in that length And the neck muscle. And then releasing the head, inhaling to come back to center. And now we'll inhale both arms up overhead, reaching out through the fingertips, and exhale to drop to one side, coming into a twist. Tenting those fingertips behind the spine, really extending the spine up nice and tall. Inhaling, fingertips back up overhead. And exhale, twisting in the other direction. Really welcoming that twist into the spine. Maybe even feeling a little pop here and there. Inhaling the fingertips up overhead. And now letting those fingers rain down, we're going to bring them around behind the hips and bringing those fingertips to the floor here. Open the chest, bringing the shoulder blades back towards the spine here, maybe allowing the chin to rise towards the ceiling. Little tiny back bend here. So when we're cycling, we spend a lot of time rounded forward. So considering this as sort of the counter pose for that rounding. And then exhale to release. We're going to bring this to a tabletop. So find your way around to your tabletop. And then just bringing a little movement into the spine here. You can roll the toes under if you like, or press the tops of the feet into the mat. We'll inhale as we drop the belly down, coming into our cow shape, and exhale, drawing that belly button up and in, pressing the mat away, arching the back here, and then just moving through this cat-cow a few times with your own breath. Remembering to breathe and move with the breath. Inhaling as the belly drops down. Exhaling as you round through the back. And now bringing that to stillness, coming back to a neutral spine, into an arm-leg balance. So we'll take a nice inhale, drawing that belly button towards the spine. And then as we're exhaling, extending out through the right heel, dropping that right hip down. Imagining the hips being in alignment with each other here. The spine is nice and long and straight. And then if you like, you can extend through that left arm. Holding it here for just a moment. And then if you like, you can continue to keep this shape. Or on your next exhale, you can bring the left elbow to meet the right knee. Coming into a bit of a crunch here. Inhaling to extend. Exhale. Elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Pressing out through that heel. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bringing the left hand back down to the mat. And then bringing the right knee through the hands. Framing that right foot with both hands. And we're going to walk the left knee back slightly so we get a nice extension through the front of that left leg. You can keep the toes rolled under here or allow the top of the foot to come to the floor. And then when you're ready, walk first one hand and then the other above that bent knee, pressing forward through that left hip, feeling that extension in the hip flexor along the front of the left leg. Keeping the arms right where they are, if you like, sinking those shoulders down the back. Or if you like, you can inhale the arms up overhead, allowing the pinky fingers to rotate towards each other. Maybe even introducing a slight back bend here if that feels good for you. Inhale here to grow tall. And then exhale, raining those fingers down slowly and with control, coming to frame that right foot. You can keep the knee on the floor here, or if you like, you can roll the toes under on that right foot and come up into a lunge, lifting the left knee up from the floor. And then we'll allow that left hand to be planted as we inhale the right arm open, coming into an easy twist. Breathe here and exhale. Right hand comes down back to frame that right foot. We'll drop the left knee back to the mat. And we're going to take both hands to the inside of the right foot as we walk that right foot out to the outer edge of the mat. You can allow those right toes to spill off the mat slightly here if you like, coming into lizard pose. And if you need to make a little space for yourself, you can allow that right knee to fall out to the side just slightly, choosing if you would like to stay upright here, supported on your hands, or if you would like to come down to your forearms, maybe on a block, as I do, or perhaps on the floor. So opening the hip here and still stretching into that hip flexor muscle. And then on your next inhale, coming back up to high lizard. You came down to your low lizard, maybe shifting your block out of the way. We'll heel toe, that right leg back in between the hands. And we're going to come up on the left toe in the back and then hop that left foot forward, a couple of footprints, extending through the front knee. And maybe that front knee stays quite bent, or maybe you're able to straighten it back just a bit, coming into your expression of pyramid pose. So the idea here is just to get that sensation of stretch in the hamstrings. Pressing all four corners of both feet into the floor. And then bending into that front knee. We'll inhale the arms up overhead. And we're going to pivot on the back foot, coming into a warrior two. So you may need to adjust your stance here. And just check in with your alignment. That front foot, all five toes pointing forward. Heel bisecting the arch of that back foot, pulling the belly button in towards the spine, stacking that knee over the front ankle. And then from here, we're going to inhale as we extend through that front leg, sweeping the front arm back, coming into reverse triangle. Stretching through the obliques here. Exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, straightening through that front leg, shifting the hips out to the side, and then exhaling down into triangle. Maybe you like to bring your block back in to support your practice here. Choosing how you like to have your block oriented, or maybe you're not using a block today. Maybe you bring the hand to the shin or to the floor. The deep breaths here, really reaching those fingertips up nice and tall. The head can be pointing straight forward, or you can look up towards the thumb. And then we'll allow that top arm to windmill down, coming back to frame that right foot once again. Dropping the left knee to the mat. We'll shift the right knee back, coming back into our tabletop where we started. And if you like to take a couple of little cat cows here, you can. And then we'll come back into our neutral spine. Nice inhale here. And then as we're exhaling this time, pressing out through that left heel, sinking that left hip down so that the hips are in alignment. Extending through that right arm if and when you feel ready. And then choosing if you'll stay right where you are, or on your next exhale, bring the knee and elbow to meet. Inhale, sending those limbs out long. Exhale, crunching the knee to the elbow. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, stretch out long. Exhale, bring that right hand down to the mat. And then bringing that left leg through the hands, walking the right knee back, choosing if you'll fold your toes under or press the top of that foot into the mat, and then slowly walking one hand and then the other, feeling that beautiful stretch through this right hip flexor now. And keeping the hands over the bent knee. We're inhaling the arms up overhead, pinkies rotating towards each other. Exhale, a little back bend if you like. Pressing forward through that right hip. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, raining the fingers down, framing the left foot, keeping the right knee on the floor or lifting it. Planting the right hand into the mat and inhaling, left arm comes open. Easy twist. Exhale, releasing that left hand back down to the mat, dropping the right knee and walking the left foot out to the outer edge of the mat, bringing both hands to the inside of that left leg. And then as we come into our lizard here, choosing if you need to open the knee out to the side, or if you'll like to stay in a high lizard, or exhale down to your forearms on a block or on the floor for low lizard. And then bringing the palms of the hands back to the floor, pressing back up, bringing the block out of the way, maybe keeping it handy for when we move to triangle shortly. Heel toe, that left foot back in between the hands. Come up on that right toe. And then hop that right foot forward slightly until this heel can come to the floor and extend through that left knee. Peeling back through that left hip as well. Feeling that extension, stretch through the back of the hamstring. Couple of deep breaths. And then bending into that front knee, we'll sweep the arms up overhead and come open into warrior two. So take a moment here to adjust your stance. Find your warrior two, stacking that knee over the ankle, pressing out to the outside edges of the feet. And then on an inhale, we'll extend through that front leg, sweeping the top arm back, stretching through the oblique, a little bit of a back bend. Nice inhale here. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale to extend that front leg again, this time shifting the hips out to the side and exhaling down into your triangle. Maybe bringing your block in for support. Remembering again that you can keep that gaze straight forward here or gaze up towards the thumb if that feels good for you. Feeling those lower ribs up towards the sky. Nice deep breath here. And then on the exhale, we'll allow that upper arm to windmill around, coming back to frame that left foot, shifting the block out of the way. You chose to bring that in. Planting both hands here around that left foot. We're going to bring that left foot back to meet the right. And then exhale to come back into a downward face dog. And this being our first down dog of the day, just begin to pedal those heels slightly if you like, and then find a moment of stillness. We'll inhale to come into plank. You can come to half plank here on the knees if you like, and exhale, coming down to rest on the belly. Allowing the forehead to come down to the floor now. We'll keep the hands next to the chest and then pulling back against, really planting those palms into the mat and pulling back slightly. We'll inhale to come up to cobra, baby cobra. So really focusing on those long muscles alongside the spine, pressing the tops of the feet into the floor, and exhale to release. Bringing the fingertips out to the side now, opening the arms up wide. We'll inhale as we come back into cobra, really focusing here on those back muscles. And exhale to release. Now you can bring the stacked hands underneath the forehead here. Just taking a moment to take a breath and relax. And then we're going to keep the left hand underneath the forehead as we bend the right knee and reach back with the right hand, taking a hold of the top of the right foot, or maybe your ankle, or perhaps the back of your pants, or maybe even using a strap here if you need one, but stretching through this right quadricep muscle and really pressing that right hip into the floor here. And now we'll allow that to release slowly and with control, bringing the right foot down to the mat, bringing the right hand underneath the forehead, and then switching to the other side, bending the left knee, reaching back with the left hand, pressing that left hip into the floor. Supine quadricep stretch. And now if you like, you can repeat this stretch on either side, or you can release the right hand from underneath the forehead, bending into the right knee as well, reaching back with both hands, holding onto the ankles or the tops of the feet, and stretching both quads at the same time. If this feels good for you and you'd like to bring in a little back bend as well, you can press the tops of those feet into the hands, lifting the chest, taking the gaze about 6 inches in front of the mat, coming into bow pose. Moving the shoulder blades back towards each other. And then allow yourself to relax all the way back down to the mat, slowly releasing. And then when you're ready, bring the hands next to the chest, pushing yourself up and coming back around to the back. So find your way back around to your back in any way that feels comfortable for you. And we'll land there with the knees pulled into the chest. Pull those knees into the chest, little counter pose for that back bend we just did. And now we'll gather that left knee into the chest, pulling it in nice and tight as we extend out long through the right heel, really pressing away through the right heel, flexing through that left foot as well. Inhaling, we'll bring the right knee back into the chest. And exhale, press out through the left heel. Inhaling, bringing both knees back to the chest. We'll take the hands behind the head now, supporting the head like a cradle. And on our next exhale, lift the chest from the floor and extend through that right heel, bringing the right shoulder now towards the left knee. And then keeping the shoulders lifted from the floor, rotating the torso back to center as we bring that right knee in. Exhale, extending through the left leg, left shoulder comes towards right knee. Inhale back through center, keeping the shoulders lifted. Exhale, other side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, extend and twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, extend, twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, extend and twist. Breathing through the nose, making that yoga breath. Inhale back to center. Exhale, extend and twist. Couple more here, stick with it. Almost done here. And inhale back to center. And exhale, releasing the soles of the feet and the shoulders down to the mat. Really extending through the arms and legs. Nice, good morning stretch here. And then slowly bringing the soles of the feet to the floor, allowing the arms to come back down and rest comfortably. Now bringing the hands next to the hips. We'll keep the left foot planted on the floor as we bring the outside of the right foot to the top of the left thigh. So setting up here for a supine pigeon. Inhale here, and then exhale, bringing that left foot up from the floor, maybe interlacing those fingers behind the left leg, and choosing the position that you'd like to have for your left leg. You can extend it long toward the ceiling or keep it bent. I like to keep mine slightly bent. And then we'll allow that left foot to find the floor, releasing the hands. And we're going to bring the hands to a goddess position, like a cactus position here, keeping that right foot on top of the left knee, flexing through the right foot. And then as we're exhaling, bringing the right foot to the floor, allowing that left knee to rotate with it. So the knee and the ankle are staying in contact with each other, and that right foot is seeking the floor. You can take the gaze over the right shoulder if you like, coming into a twist here. And if you want to take that left hand and press away on that right knee just a little, if that feels good for you. And if this twist doesn't work for you, any twist here will do. And now allowing that left knee to come back up, right foot is following. And then we'll allow that right foot to find the floor, switching out so that the left side of the outside of the left foot is on the top of the right knee. Nice inhale here. And then exhale, lifting that right sole of the foot from the floor, finding our supine pigeon on the other side. Allowing your neck and shoulders to be relaxed on the floor. And then releasing that right foot to the floor, taking the arms out to this cactus shape. Left foot and right knee rotating together over towards the right. Left sole of the foot finds the floor, looking out over the left shoulder if you like. And maybe using that right hand to press the left knee away. So lots going on in this twist. Lengthening through the side body, twisting through the spine. And then when you're ready, allowing those knees to come up from the floor. Releasing the left sole of the foot to the floor. We'll bring the knees back into the chest one last time. And then extend out long for Shavasana. Taking this time to allow the body to integrate practice today. And just taking a few moments of silence to appreciate the benefits of your practice. And now begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a deep breath. We extend your arms and your legs to a nice big stretch. And roll to one side when you're ready. And press yourself back up to a seated position. Bring your hands to heart center if you like, keeping your eyes closed or your gaze lowered. And we'll just close with a little quote today. Life is like riding a bicycle. If you want to keep your balance, you've got to keep moving. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice today, and may your yoga follow you off the mat.